corn, or maize as we refer to it here, is actually it's actually a food staple here in this country, not only in this country, but globally. And corn provides it's a vital food source for not only humans, but animals as well. And that is the reason why I always have corn on my farm here. And today I'll be working on this patch here. This corn is 1 month old since sowing. It's doing well. So today I'll be working on it, monitoring. At 1 month, expect the corn to be around knee high. And if we check, I can confirm that at least, yeah, so the progress seems to be okay. The corn is at knee high, and this actually is the ideal time to do the first top dress. But before I do the first top dress, maize being the grass family. So at this stage, it requires high nitrogen, so that it can be able for the for the vegetative growth. So I'll be doing a nitrogen fertilizer as the first top dress. But before I do the top dress, you'll notice that I have a challenge with weeds. I've been trying to do some routine weeding to ensure that there are no weeds on this farm. It's always, as I always try to have a weed-free farm as much as possible. But there seems to be this particular weed. As you notice, I'll be able to at least eliminate most of the grasses and other broadleaved weeds. They're not so much as they were before, but there's this particular weed. It seems to be quite aggressive. I've been trying to get rid of it, but it really comes up so fast. So today what I'll be doing as I weed, this time I'll not be disturbing the soil. I'll come and pull out this weed, physically pull out one by one, and make it probably, I think there was a very huge seed bank down here for this particular weed. So I'll be pulling it out, and I'll not be disturbing this soil. And hopefully now as this crop grows, it will be able to form a canopy, and now the weed will be suppressed and will not be having this problem anymore. Well, I'm not done with the uprooting of all the weeds, and I'll be trying as much as possible now to maintain this, not to let of these weeds come up. But that particular weed that I was saying that is quite aggressive, I'll still continue. If it emerges, I'll continue uprooting. But it's my hope now that the crop is at this stage. Once I've done the top dressing and the plant continues to, this crop continues to grow, the canopy that it will form, it will be able to shade down here, and I'll have a less. It will now be difficult for the weeds to sprout, so probably it will help in suppressing the weed population here. Is to always ensure you do routine scouting just to check that. What that does is check on the progress of the crop, and to check whether there are any issues that are coming up, either pests, diseases, or whether the crop is not doing well as well. So if, for example, at this stage I'm expecting the crop to be at knee high, if it's not, I need to find out why. Is it the nutrition? Is it the watering? Is there a disease? Are there pests? So with that, you're able to ensure you maintain your crop and you're able to act on it before, as soon as possible, so that probably if it's a pest, you're able to act on it before, as soon as possible, before it manifests. Or if it's it's an issue with nutrition, you're able to tackle that, add top up of whatever is not available, and for that you can have a good crop, good and healthy crop that will definitely go to good harvest. Because at the end of the day, the goal here is to have a bountiful harvest, of course, and that will, of course, the bountiful harvest will have a great profits as well, because that's our target. Of course, we're just ensure the crop that we have has good yield. Now, speaking of monitoring on the progress, yes, I'm doing now my walking around and doing my scouting. I've noticed here, you can see, I can see signs of this crop is being attacked by fall armyworm. This is a pest that currently is giving most farmers, real headache. In the past we never had these issues, because I remember, growing up, grandparents doing corn farming. This was never an issue, because corn was one of the easiest crop to grow. It was easy, just and there were no issues with the pests and diseases. But nowadays, we've really been getting issues with, especially this fall armyworm. And if not controlled, it can easily lead to great losses. Actually, you can actually lose the entire crop. Because you can see now, this has started being attacked this early. Because this crop is at 1 month, and we need to action on it before this goes further, because it is going to it completely destroys the crop. But at least this because I've noted this early, this will be easily salvaged. So definitely, I need to be doing an insecticide, to ensure now I'm able to control this pest, and start to ensure that I'm able to protect my crop from further damage. Yeah, to ensure maximum productivity on my farm, one thing I do is ensure that the plant population, I really utilize every square inch of the farm. Like in this case, I've made ensured that the spacing, can see it's quite tight, but because and I've done a spacing of about 30 centimeters from plant to plant, with each bed having 2 rows of the corn plant. So the other thing that I do, especially for the direct seeded crops, like the corn and any other crop that I do direct seeding, is that on the same time that I'm doing I'm sowing the crop, the seeds, I do another batch on the seedling trees. What I'll use that for is for gapping, because if you notice, now if you check on the progress of this crop, you'll notice that there are some gaps. There are some crops maybe that did not germinate, or probably they were, they were attacked by pests and they were cut off, or for some reason, one reason or another, they were damaged and are not there anymore. So because I want to ensure maximum productivity, I use now the plants, the seedlings that I did on the seedling trays now to do the gapping, to ensure that if that bed is fully utilized and there are no spaces. So in that case, that's what the other thing I've been doing now is the gapping. So there are these already these seedlings that are already done, and you can see how they are well rooted. See, that's the other thing, the advantage of having them on the seedling tray. They are well rooted. So once even I plant them here, there'll be no much of a issue with the transplant shock. So this will just pick up, and within no time, they'll be able to catch up with the rest of the corn that is in the field. So that's how I go about it, to ensure that we fully utilize the land that we have for maximum yield. Yeah, I'm now doing the first top dress. This what I'm using is a CAN. So this is a fertilizer that is rich in. I'm now doing you see, this is the CAN is rich in nitrogen, and exactly that's what this plant needs at this stage, that it can have a vigor for the vegetative stage. So I'm currently doing top dressing it with CAN. I'm doing about 10 grams per stem. I'm using this bottle cap to measure, and this time I'm each plant I'm incorporating it into. I'm trying to at least to dig it in so that it doesn't get leached. So I'm trying to incorporate it into the soil. Then later on, now once I'm done with this, and I will open up the drip tapes for watering, at least now, because at the moment now we are approaching the end of the rainy season. So actually this crop, most of its parts now going on, it will be under irrigation. So to ensure that the fertilizer is well incorporated, once I'm done, I'll be doing some watering. Although the soil is still moist, we received some rain just a few days ago, so the soil is still moist. But just to ensure that it's well incorporated, after I've finished with this, I'll be doing some watering. Well, I'm done now with the top dress. So I've done the nitrogen fertilizer as a basal top dress. Now after that, what I'll be doing next is doing the watering, and also later on I'll need, of course, to remember the issue of the fall armyworm that I saw. I need also to take care of that. I'll be getting an insecticide. I'll be doing that, spraying doing an insecticide to ensure that I don't I eliminate that and ensure that it doesn't spread further any no further damage on the crop. And in addition to that, then I'll also be doing a foliar fertilizer, to complement the basal fertilizer that I've just done as a top dress. So, and with that, I'll ensure probably now that this crop will be able to uptake the nutrients available either from the basal fertilizer or the foliar, and with that I'll have a healthy crop. Yes, and by ensuring that now I get rid of the foliar mealworm again, the crop will be able to to thrive, because now there'll be no issues to engage. So with that, I'll have a healthy crop and hopefully a good yield out of this. So I think for that, I'll end that for today here. Thank you for watching. Till the next one, happy farming.